Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Hobby Night live stream. You might be thinking to yourself, Angela, it's Saturday, the day of the release of the Old World. Where's your Old World box? Well, it hasn't arrived yet! Gosh darn it, but that's okay. We're gonna work on some tanks. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna work on some tanks and cry a little bit about the fact that my Old World hasn't come in, but maybe your guys's have, and maybe you'll be working on it while I'm doing this. So you can chat with me about how you're building your Tomb Kings or your Bretonnians. Oh, am I too loud now? Whoops.
You're not supposed to be commenting, you're supposed to be talking to chat.
Yes, so I am really excited about hearing about potentially you building up your Tomb Kings or Bretonnians while I work on my delightful little tanks. Hopefully I'll actually be able to finish these Panthers today, and maybe we'll get started on some of the other tanks as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've clipped a couple of things out already because we got to this point last time, but I need to figure out which treads now to use. So that is what I am trying to figure out at the moment. I think it's the ones that are on this sprue because they are... The other ones do not have, like the one that is labeled Panther sprue doesn't actually have anything on it. And this is not labeled, but I'm looking at the picture for the assembly, and I mean, I'll be honest, they all kind of look the same, but I think this is the correct one. So I think I'm going to go for it. Actually, you know what I can do? You know what would be smart of me to do, everybody? Would be to actually compare the treads, all of the treads that come in. So we have this style, then we have... Okay, then we have this style. So let's go ahead and put that there. And then we also have these. Okay, I will be honest, these ones do look like they are the ones that come on the Panzer. What? How many did the box say again that this is supposed to come with? It's supposed to have 2 Panzers and then the Jagdtiger. So I do think, okay, I do think these are in fact the proper ones for the Panthers. So I'm going to use them. Because I'm pretty sure this is the Yags and this is the Tigers and this is the Panzers. So I'm going to just make a judgment call here and hope that I'm correct. I think I am. They actually only gave me the exact amount of treads that I need for the number of tanks that I have. So it makes sense. Also, hello Telos and Raul and Cinderblock. This is the German versus Russian set. As you can see over my shoulder here, it is the Clash of Steel, the complete World War II starter set. This is the one that comes with both the tanks and the infantry, not the one that is exclusively infantry or exclusively tanks. Because I know that there are, I think, 3 different German versus Russian starter sets, and that's the one I got. I got the one that had a mix of infantry and tanks. Which I honestly think was a really good start, like, place to actually begin. Because it gives you a variety, which allows you to feel out the flavor of both style, because like I know that they're gonna probably behave slightly differently, perform differently, and I might enjoy just being like, oh no, I really actually just want to have a pure tank army, or maybe I'll just be like, oh my god, the tanks suck, which I really doubt will happen, but then I'll just be like, I'm gonna do a pure infantry army. I don't think that will happen, but just throwing the potential of it out there. Ooh, you're awaiting your Battletech Mercenaries Kickstarter stuff. Oh my gosh. No, that's super awesome, Telos. I have gotten into Battletech, actually. Was playing at a game store locally, but it's a little further. It's not, like, super local, actually. And so I ended up not going through the back half of the year just because it's a really long drive. Which is a little bit of a shame, because I was really enjoying it. I've played a little bit of Classic, haven't gotten too deep into it, but I did start to do some of the sections where you actually start marking off your armor, you know, falling off and such, which was really cool. So I played one game where we do the full armor takes a hit, etc., etc. But my first couple of games, because they were just really designed to be beginner, to sort of introduce me to the gameplay, we avoided that. But I really enjoyed it. I've also tried out the Alpha Strike version, which I think that's what it's called. Forgive me if that is not actually the proper name for it, but the one that plays a little bit more like 40K. I did enjoy that, and I will say the thing that I really like about BattleTech, and I said this last time, so I apologize if it's a repeat for anybody that's was here yesterday. But one of the things that I really like about BattleTech is the facing and how much it matters. I just thought that was really cool. And it gave some interesting like stories to have happen because of that particular rule. For example, I just thought it was really neat when I was playing. When I realized that you could get behind people and do like more damage because they can't spin, for example, and like basically they're just fully open to you. I ended up managing to do that, and I just like annihilated somebody's mech off of the board. It was really fun. Okay, Alpha Strike. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% certain, so I wanted to clarify. Thank you for that. Hello, Havman. Welcome, welcome. Raining a little bit out today. I know it looks super blown out in my window, but it's actually very overcast. Let me actually see this No. Alright, nope. Can't really do anything. Let me here, I'll just move you guys so you're not... So it doesn't look like a nuke is going off behind me constantly through the entire stream. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, I haven't played with vehicles actually. We've only played... The only games that I've played have only had mechs in them. I actually didn't realize until like my fourth game or so of it, which was the last one that I played. Fourth or fifth, I can't remember now. But I hadn't realized that there was even vehicles in the game. Like, I thought it was a purely mech game. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't realize they had military vehicles too. That's neat. Some of this. I'm not going to be too worried about it because it is literally on the bottom and I will never see it. But I'll kind of know it's there. And what if somebody lifts it up and then like inspects it and then it's upset? Actually worked pretty well. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I should just be using my mold line remover. It like fits perfectly. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. I shall scrape all of the lines. Now I'm not gonna scrape all of the lines. I'm too lazy for that, but I'll at least... Oh, okay, maybe I'll clip some of these off first. I will try to at least get my sprues, like, flash cleaned up. Anyone got any fun plans for the rest of the weekend? I know we're into Saturday already, obviously. But anybody doing any big projects, working on anything new? Where's my little brush? Fine, I'll just use the super gigantic brush. Ooh, you're working on your Adepticon entry? Cool. What are you doing for Adepticon this year? Or is this your first time going to Adepticon with something? That's super exciting. Oh, you're gonna go play some Battletech tomorrow? That's awesome. And painting mechs today. Nice, nice. Ooh, you're working on a Gundam build. And then you're going to paint some Tyranids. Nice. I love that plan. Sounds like a lovely, lovely weekend. Ooh. What are you thinking as a new paint scheme for your Blade Guard? And what did you do on them previously? Did you do something a little bit more classic and you're wanting to do something a bit more outrageous this time? Or did you do something outrageous last time and now you're wanting to do something a bit more classic? Nice. Sounds like an enjoyable weekend. Getting some chores done, enjoying some content, enjoying some sports. How many of you are watching the Rumble next weekend? I did a terrible job on that first one, just doing a little bit of tidy up real quick. All right, there we go.
Put his platypus with him.
I did put his platypus with him. Yes.
Yeah, he looks quite adorable.
Good, good. Yeah, no, I wanted him to... It was nearby, and I was like, here, have your little platypus.
I need the rain to stop.
I need the rain to stop, too.
I need to like seal miniatures.
I need the rain to stop because it depresses me, but I understand that. I completely get that. Yeah, because you have your banshees to seal, right?
And my fire dragons.
And your fire dragons. Here, can you go grab the banshees? I don't think
their bases are drying.
Oh, their bases are drying. Okay, well maybe
I literally just rimmed them, so give them like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool, perfect. Yeah, so you guys have probably heard me talk a couple times now on stream how Chaos Cultist has been working on an old Eldar army that we picked up from a friend of ours to basically recreate his OG army. And he's been like blowing through getting the troops done and everything. And I think they've just been coming out phenomenally. We showed a couple of them. I think the Reapers either the day or two ago, because I've streamed like so many days in a row now. And he just finished up doing the Banshees. And just visually, Banshees are one of my favorite, just in regards to Eldar's like lineup for their troops. I just think they're really cool. I love the hair. I love the helms. They tend to just be awesome. And this is an army, just to clarify for those of you that have missed it, this is a basically almost pure metal army.
Except for the Guardians and the vehicles.
Yeah, except for the Guardians and the vehicles. It's pretty much all metal. Like, this thing actually weighs so much. It's really funny to me. But these are
Hold it closer to your face.
Oh, closer to my.
Well, the problem is it's going to focus.
It wants
on
to focus on my face.
So
yeah,
hold
you're
it
right.
up close and block it with your hand.
Got it. All right. So there are some of here. I'm going to pull back a smidge. There we go. I think it's focused decently.
As well as it's going to.
Okay, so there are these are the Phoenix
Fire dragons.
or the fire dragons. Sorry, I couldn't remember the word. The fire dragons, which I think look super handsome, but honestly, it's the ladies that I really love. I just think the armor looks good. Yeah, there you go. I think the armor looks good. I love the pop of their hair. I'm just gonna spin it so we can see some of
I
their.
might have the focus locked to your face.
That's absolutely fair. I'm just gonna bring them back here. It's fine. But yeah, I just think they look so good. I mean, look how well they read at a distance. And the thing that I think is really cool is I think they still read as BL Tan super well because that's what he's the Craft World. Thank you. I was like, it's not clan. That's orcs. The craft world that he's running is BL Tan. But one of the cool things, and I didn't actually know this about BL Tan.
Stop spitting on them.
I wasn't trying.
You're talking right here.
I was talking right next to them. Okay. One of the things that I didn't realize about BL Tan and one of the things that made them so cool is because they do focus on the various aspect warriors, they end up being a lot more colorful than some of the other like factions for Eldar or even some of the other factions for like just normal Space Marines and stuff. And I didn't realize that, and as somebody who loves to just throw the entire rainbow onto my army in regards to color palettes, that is really exciting to me. And so I've been really loving seeing this army come together because it still reads as a cohesive BL Tan army, but it has so much flavor and color going on because of the various aspect warriors and just the way that he's been painting them up. And I actually really think those old metal miniatures have some very nice sculpts to them. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some wonkiness to them, and there's definitely some like awkward proportioning occasionally. And yes, they like will sometimes just like smush an arm into like the side of the body, depending on like what the sculpt is, if they're holding a gun or something, and like lose some details, sure. But like overall, I think there's some impressive just expressions that you get out of them, even with the helmets. Like that's the thing that's kind of cool, is like they're very expressive even with helmets on. And then when you look at like the trebuchet guys that I did for the old world that are also metal, like they all have extremely gaunt faces, sure, but at least they're just very expressive. And while there are definitely some plastic miniatures modernly, and even some resin miniatures modernly that definitely capture those same level of details, I don't know, there's just something about working with the metal that is cool until you have to build with it and pin everything, and then it sucks. But actually just painting the metal miniatures.
Next one.
Nice.
I just painted them black, only by the base.
Sorry. The Warlock, right?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I think it is just... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so this is what he's going to be working on next. Obviously primed up in black. Classic.
Yeah, I'm going to do a bit more. It was already primed in black, but it was kind of flaking off from the old paint job, so I updated it.
That makes sense.
But yeah, since he's a character, I'll put a little more effort into him.
That's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it done. Good evening, Sister Mary Napalm. Ooh, Black Templar. Nice. That is going to be awesome. Telos, I'm sure that your expansion and everything that you're trying to do to expand into the free world leagues is going to go great. Like, it's gonna just stick with it, and you'll eventually get it, and it'll be awesome. You know what we didn't do on this one that I had already cleaned the bottoms of? I didn't actually sand the top, which I think is a kind of more important because that's a connection point, and we want it to be smooth and have a little bit of grip. So let's just fix that problem, huh? I feel... Okay. My last sentence kind of felt delivered a little bit like old Triple H in the jean jacket. With the extended Uz. Not intentional. But that's what it reminded me of. I apologize. Ooh, I did such a good job cleaning that up. They totally are very nostalgic, aren't they? I admit, I don't have a lot of the metal miniatures in my collection from my own past history with the game. Because when I was getting into it, while there definitely still were some, and I have a few. I'm not saying I don't have a huge amount, but I do have some. But because of when I got into the game, metal was already on its way out, and it was being replaced by resin and plastic, just predominantly. And so I think in my own personal collection that I did not buy off of somebody else later, I think the only things that I really have that are metal that I personally bought, because I think Chaos Cultist has a few Space Marine stuff that was metal fully,
I mean, I have a
or
lot
partial.
of Dark Elves who are metal. I have a lot of Empire that are metal.
That's true, yeah. So for me
Those are
though,
Chaos.
but you, and those are ones that you bought like back in the day.
Yeah, I have a lot of Chaos Demons that are in that, and that's not counting the ones you have.
Right, I have a few Chaos Demons. That was the thing I was gonna say. I was like, I have a few Chaos Demons, and then I have a few Space Marine items, specifically Pedro Cantor and Lysander. We're both
breaking out to the demons
might not be a bad idea.
might be a fun competition or something at some point.
Ooh, yes, it could. So, what I have left, Michael, for the Clash of Steel set is I have all the tanks for the Germans. I'm currently working on the Panthers, because I started that yesterday and fussed around and frankly got distracted by y'all and didn't get that much done on it, other than assembling the turret and then the top of the chassis with not any of its accessories on it yet. So I haven't put any... Ooh, that did not stick in there. Well, let's just fix that. Guess I didn't use enough glue. Okay, now I think I've used too much glue. Let's just pull some of that glue out. I have a paper towel for that. Actually, let's just get it on some plastic. Probably absorb it a little bit better. Alright, there we go. Suck some of the glue out, because I used way too much. Now let's actually get this back in. How embarrassing to have my turret just fall out immediately while I'm trying to show it off. Shameful. What would the Germans think?
It's okay. It happens to every guy sometimes.
Oh, you're right. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. So, I don't have to be ashamed anymore. Okay, there we go. How did the other ones do? Okay, that one seems fine. That one seems fine. Just the one. It was just the one. I happened to pick up the one failure from yesterday's build. Who is it balanced towards if it's a disbalanced set? Is it please tell me it's in my favor and not the Russians? Or it's going to be the Russians, isn't it? The Russians are going to have the better start from this, aren't they? Okay, seriously, little turret, stay straight. It kept wanting to sag. Can't have a saggy turret. There we go. Fucking, you're gonna glue there like that. You see how I'm bracing it? with the bottom of the chassis up there in a little corner, see? Alright. While that dries. Diggs, no problems. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Oh, I see. Well, that's we were reading online actually, and if we really enjoy the game and want to expand it, we were reading and saying we saw that you could basically just buy the 3 starter sets, and no problem. See you around, Diggs. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy your other stream, seeing the GT3. But anyways, as I was saying about the sets, I heard that you can just get the other 2 German versus Russian starter sets and kind of get a pretty decent army. Keep in mind that I am not going to be a competitive player. So if it's not like super competitive, that's fine. I'm really just looking to learn and have fun. That is my main objective. Okay, apparently I've already... Okay, I keep messing up which ones I've done and which ones I haven't done. Okay, these 2 are done. They're over there. That's not done. Oh, I absolutely prefer plastic glue to super glue. 100%. This Tamiya Extra Thin Cement, I love this glue. Not even because of how effective it is. I will show you why I like this glue. Focus. Okay, you see that tiny little applicator brush? I adore that tiny brush tip applicator. Okay, it is a godsend, and no one can convince me otherwise. It's perfect. Genuinely though, I find the control that it allows me to have over any other solution I have seen when it comes to like glue. Like I've seen people do stuff to sort of get super glue to move in the way that they want it to. I've used brushes to sort of dab it into place where I want it, but it always destroys those brushes and they're completely useless afterwards. So it's kind of a waste and I hate doing it. But you kind of need that flow that the bristles allow you to have. And so if like they created a super glue, like a C4, isn't that what it is? Or a CA glue? Yeah, CA glue, not C4. It doesn't explode. If they created a C4 glue that could have a brush tip applicator that didn't get, sealed in place and therefore not usable anymore, I would immediately buy it and use it if it worked well. Because I do enjoy C4, or I keep calling it C4. That's now stuck in my head. Crap. I do like CA glue for the fact that it can glue metal to metal, and it can basically attach more things to other things. But good lord, but the Tamiya plastic glues for miniatures and stuff, fantastic. Here, I can do this. Look at that Grisaille slap chop. So good. Really, really nice, sweetie. I like what it's done on the back on the robes.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna look so good. What colors are you planning?
The old Tom.
Okay, so are like just more sticking to more of the classic, just white, green.
Yeah, he's a character.
Okay, that does make sense, of course. That's gonna look so good. I'm excited. Oh, Telos, thank you. You miss your old GW plastic glue. It kind of partially melted the plastic and joined it together. I do remember like people saying that the Citadel glues have changed over time. I didn't realize that they actually did a full-on plastic glue. Did it have a brush tip? Like, did it have an applicator brush? Or did they just do their silly little, so the Citadel glues modernly have those little metal rods that are just like the tiniest straws I've ever seen. So that you can like stick it in the tip and then pour it out. Which, again, is okay, but then it gets clogged. And then how am I supposed to clean it? Because the glue's like sealed in the center and it's this tiny little thing and I don't have a cleaner to like stick in the hole and get it, okay? So just the narrow nozzle, okay. See, I don't like the narrow nozzle. That's one of the reasons that when I finally found the Tamiya glue, I was like, oh, thank you. And then I haven't looked back since. So if I'm working on plastic models, it's Tamiya glue all the way. Because I cannot stress enough the control that little brush allows me to have. And the reason that is so important to me, just to like clarify, and I'm sure some of you may have experienced this in your own build process, like as you've, when you were first getting started maybe in the hobby, this is when it was really happening to me. But I've definitely accidentally destroyed some models because the glue just fucking poured out of either a Zap-A-Gap container or the Citadel applicators or whatever, and it just caked it. And sometimes it was my fault from not paying attention or squeezing too hard and not being like, hey, maybe if I'm having to squeeze this hard, I shouldn't, like, I got a clog and maybe I shouldn't keep pushing it towards my model. But at the same time, I've never had that happen with the applicator brush because I can control exactly how much is on there. So I don't know. I think it's a really good product. Would recommend, not sponsored though. Alright, so I've cleaned all the tops now. We can do the undersides. Does it have a brush tip applicator? Because I like the idea of a non-smelly. Like, that is the one, I think, major disadvantage to the Tamiya glue. Is it is stinky, because it's basically paint thinner. I like, legitimately, they I think use similar products in both. Or similar chemicals in both. But again, like, that brush has saved me so much hassle and stress. Oh yeah, I've accidentally over Zap-A-Gapped a plastic model before, and I destroyed some early Space Marines. Like, some of my first Space Marines. I almost just, like, actually no, absolutely destroyed them. Had to just throw them out because they were like, you've all seen like the meme of like the really just caked on Space Marine face that's like brother, of him like saying brother in a really stupid way, and it's just like a glob of paint on this like Space Marine's face because it's just so caked on. Imagine that, but like with no paint, and it's just the glue melted his face to look like that. That's kind of like what happened to some of my miniatures because I wasn't being careful. Listen, I was new and I didn't know that it could possibly explode out like that, and lessons were learned. Just gotta take them in stride. Cool. This is looking pretty good. I just want to go the other direction, make sure we get that other side a little bit cleaner. Nice. 2 more, and then we can start putting these on. You know, I don't know if I've seen the Aliens board game. I've played and have Nemesis, which is sort of like Alien-like. Definitely inspired by, but it's not an official IP. I imagine the sculpts would be pretty cool for that, though, if they're actually getting to license like the actual alien designs. That'd be sick. Who's the publisher for it? Interesting. I'll have to look into that glue, by the way, Michael. Because I like the idea of the rod. I just find that, like, GW's clogs on me. But I'm not opposed to the concept of it. Oh, it's a Gale Force 9 game. Okay. Nice. I think I got a little bit of the tread that I wasn't supposed to do. Whoopsie daisy. Oh well, it's fine. It's a little battle damage. Got shot there. Tread's disabled, sir. Okay, here we go. Let's see how these attach. Alright, looks like they want them to attach to the chassis. That is more glued in place. And a bit more in line with his bros. Beautiful. Oh, I have you facing the wrong way. That's why you look so weird. Okay. So I have my 3 bottoms. There are 2 other pieces that I need, so I'm going to clip those out real fast and just prep them too, because it probably will make it easier to get everything together. And it looks like it's this back panel and the exhaust, I think that's what that is. I'm an idiot. I clipped off the wrong part. No! Okay, it's fine. I'll just glue it back on. This is the beauty of the brush tip applicator. I can get a really clean line. I'm a dummy. Angela, you fool. You did have to clip it in the most, like, the most awkward thing off, though, didn't you, Angela? Dumbass. I'm so annoyed with myself. For fucking this up. Okay, hold on. Let me... Before it gets stuck on there, let me just clip one off properly so I can see what the fuck it's supposed to look like. That's what I get for not looking at it from the other side. Okay, so it's supposed to look like that. Oh, fuck. I just lost it to the floor, and it's not actually a good color for this. Now, I heard it bounce. Oh my god, okay. Guys. Give me a second, I need to find this thing. I apologize. Oh, this is gonna be impossible. This is gonna be impossible. I need my phone for light. Can you believe how dumb I am? Why? Alright, it's a light yellow piece. If I'm lucky, it's like immediately nearby, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I think I saw it fly over towards the wall. Maybe. Maybe. What's really annoying is I definitely heard it impact and like bounce, but I don't know where. Because thankfully I have some like hard plastic things on my floor because of my rolling chair, and that's why I think it hit one of those. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't actually see. I need to get, like, what I need to do is I need to get a small handheld vacuum cleaner that is only for picking up when this stuff happens. And I'll just vacuum the space and find it that way. Oh, Angela, why did you have to squeeze the tweezers so hard that the little piece flew out of the damn tweezers? The carpet might actually claim this one. Well, I lost a piece.
Oh.
I accidentally sniffed a piece off that I didn't mean to.
Okay.
And then I lost it. And I'm looking around maybe to find it, but I don't know if I'm going to. I'm also going to move those because I don't want to damage any of that. Well, let's look around on the desk for a minute because maybe I'll get lucky and it actually ended up on the desk and that's why I heard it bounce. But I'm not gonna lie, I really doubt that. I'm so annoyed. I'm not even remotely seeing that color. Like, it's not even that close. Like, this yellow is so mustard that it's not even that close to my carpet. My carpet's, like, more beige than this, but it's such a tiny little fragment of a piece that I just don't know if I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna do one more sweep with my hand. See if I, like, feel the hard plastic. But I have a feeling the answer is no. Huh. Well, what I did find is one of the little bits of metal when I was doing some pinning that flew off. Get that out of the floor. Don't want that metal just hanging out. Also don't want my cats to try to eat it. A little bit of nothing. Ah, curses. Well, I'll look for it later and cry. This has just not been my day. How will you get back on tracks? I don't know. It's not going to be one of those stuck videos. It's just I'm just going to have a damaged tank is really what it's going to end up coming down to. What will end up happening is I'll eventually find the missing piece like a week from now, because I swear whenever I lose pieces like this, 9 times out of 10 I will find them. But it's like way later. I'm not being actually that optimistic for this one though, because it's such a small piece and it's such a difficult color to pick out. So it's probably gone forever. It's just not been my day. Just not been my day. Let's get this other piece out. Maybe I can like use a bit of sprue to just sort of fake it. I'm so sad. I'm sad that I clipped off the piece wrong, and then I'm sad that I lost the piece when I was trying to fix it. Oh well. It's fine. I do need a mech boy, you're right. I really do. So he can fix it for me. Just make me a new one. Scrap me one together. Actually very bummed. It's such a stupid thing to be bummed about too. Yeah, it's just been a lot of little minor things happening today that I think have just brought that down and made it sillier. It's my luck to just lose a piece like that. That's what I do. I don't have one yet. That would be like an interesting solution for that, just 3D print one. Okay, so where does this go? I see. Like that. I gotcha. Looks like it might be a little bracket piece that I lost. That's what it was, maybe? I'm not actually sure. But regardless, we're gonna glue this together. All right, there we go. Let's get the next one. Go, seal back. And then the one that's gonna be messed up. That's kind of how it works, Bob. You're looking for it, you never find it. The minute you don't need it, the minute you stop looking for it, you're like, oh, there it is. Like, I am half, like, waiting to glance around, like, on my desk and be like, oh my god, there it is. And we can all celebrate. And wouldn't that be amazing? Maybe it fell into my drink. No, there's just fluid in there. And not even what? And I don't really think there's spares of that part either. Wouldn't that be amazing if they gave you spares? No, they just expect you to be competent and not clip off the wrong things, Angela. Huh, that does make sense. I probably will not. Oh, this is the. Oh, that's the one that's fucked up. Okay, I already glued the one down that was fucked up. I probably will not do that, but I can understand the value of it 100%. I am lazy, and that requires effort. Don't stick that into the water, Angela. It's not an actual brush. It is a glue stick. You fool. I almost stuck my brush tip applicator in my water pot for rinsing my brushes, because I'm smart. Okay. Okay. Gonna get my music back going before I continue. I appreciate how active, by the way, that you guys have been in chat. Thank you so much for that. I'll step on it. Red, I don't actually know if I will because of how... Okay, so like just to clarify what I lost. Here's one that's correct. Here's the one I fucked up. So you see what I lost? I just lost that tiny little bit in the center. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. It's so small. And it's also like only has one really sort of wide angle, but the rest of it is very narrow. So like its circumference is actually very limited. It doesn't have a lot of surface area, which means I don't know how visual it will end up being to me. Or visible, not visual. That didn't make sense. But how visual it... I said it again! Oh my god, it's been a day. How visible it will be to me. Alright, where does this go? Thank you. You know what? You're right. Green stuff it. That's, I mean, really what I need to do. I can practice my sculpting. Look at the upside, Angela. I can practice my sculpting. Not how I wanted to do that, but okay. No, I am going to look for it later. I am actually going to look for it later and see if I can find it. Because I am forever an optimist when it comes to reclaiming those things. Because I've done it so many times. I'm going to keep believing in myself. But, yeah. I apologize, guys. It really just has been a weird day. Alright, cool. That went on beautifully. Let's see if we can do that 2 more times. Cool. 2 and... one more. And then we can actually put the treads on. Woo! so close to finishing these 3 little first tanks. But then we only have 3 more to build, and those I think will be a little... Well, the Panzers I expect will be a little faster. The Panzer 3s too, which will be fun. I've only built the T-38, 38T. God, I keep doing that. Why are you not sticking? What the fuck is going on? I demand that you adhere. Do not fight me, plastic. I will kick your ass and win. I swear to God. I swear to the Emperor above. On his golden throne, I will smite thee. Okay. I think it's stuck on there. Let's let that do its thing. And let's do a little dry 50 fit. Okay, so that's the back of the tank. This is the front. So where are these? I see. I see. Okay, I see how these attach. Let's do it. I feel like I'm missing a piece. I don't think I am. I just feel like this isn't sitting fully. Whoop, hold on. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's why. Because I didn't actually have it in properly. That would be why, Angela. Pay attention. Fool. Fool! Alright. So let's get that sealed in there. Let's get a little bit of glue there. A little bit of glue there. Okay. Better. Now, let's do the other side. I see. We have left and rights, everybody. Makes sense. Come on. Get into get there we go. Oh, beautiful. Just gonna press them together. And we have our first lower half of the chassis built. Woo, woo, woo. Let's see, man of action. You have the old school resin Shermans. Nice. You know, and maybe it did. Maybe it did, Jack Crow. I'll have to look. I mean, I'm gonna look around the entire room. Okay. Legitimately? Oh, that was so deceiving. I saw something yellow in the lid of the box, or in the bottom of the box, and it was just a little bit of, like, paper material or something, or, like, a very, very thin sheet of plastic. But at the angle I was looking at, it actually did kind of look proportionally correct, and I was about to be like, holy shit! It was here the entire time, but apparently not. Apparently not. Alright, but at least this came together nicely. And in a minute, we'll glue that on, and then it'll be complete. We'll make sure that the commander gets the non-busted one. Alright. Let's glue the next ones on. Okay, whoop. There we go. Okay, that one is getting glued in place. You have a gazillion Shermans for Flames of War? Why do you have so many? What purpose could you need a gazillion for? Seems a little excessive, my man. Have you just bought like every American starter set and so you just have accumulated them over time in mass? That's what I'm assuming. Or have you actively been like, ah, Sherman box set, I need that. Ah, Sherman box set, I need that. And just kept like obsessing. That is one more done, and we just have one final lower chassis to build for my Panthers. And then we'll attach the two parts, and we'll put on all of the accessories, and we'll all go, ooh. Collectively, as a group. It'll be majestic. I don't know why I did both sides already. I really should do one at a time. It's fine. I'm just eager to be moving forward. Okay, we got that one stuck on. Thankfully, this should pretty quick to start to stick. And now we're good. We're just gonna hold it a little bit because I did that so fast. Thank you for subscribing, Matthias. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy your time here. I unfortunately do not have plans to go to Adepticon this year. I don't have a huge number of plans for conventions at the moment. I know I want to go to Open Sauce in June, but that's going to be in the Bay Area and doesn't really require me to travel. And that is kind of my limiting factor right now. Because of the age of my cats, and how very attached to me and both my partner, like myself and my partner, that they've become, it's very difficult for us to travel because they get very stressed out when we leave. Even if we have like a friend of ours house sit or something and like actually physically stay here with them, they don't handle it well, and they're both older now, and one of them has some medical problems, so we just tend to not travel, or I don't feel comfortable traveling. So I kind of limit my con scene to the local area. I have kind of been considering maybe stopping by DungeonCon this, like in 2 weeks or so, maybe 3 weeks, I can't remember now. It's in like February, I believe. For like a day, maybe just to check it out, because I've never been to DungeonCon before, but I don't know where it is. I think it's nearby, but it's not like super nearby. I think it's like an hour or two away or something. So I need to look and see where it is and see if that's gonna be worth it or not. My cats, Alf, one of them is 16, I believe, and the other is 15. They're about a year apart. We got them both from the same humanitarian like rescue facility. We're like 90% sure that they're like cousins or something like that of each other, because they're very similar in breed, what it looks like their color palettes are very similar. They're definitely both some portion Maine Coon because they're large cats. They're about 10.5 pounds or so, and like they're big. They take up my whole torso, both of them. And so yeah, and like for example, like my little lad, he's got a little bit of a tummy thing right now, so he's been not as eager for food today as he normally is, and that always stresses me out. Like, I don't think anything is super wrong or anything. He's just an older cat and sometimes does this. But I always feel bad for him because I don't want him to suffer, you know? I don't think he is, but it just makes me sad seeing him, like, lay around and not be his normal active self. Because it's really, like, when he's feeling great, he's super active, runs around, like, he'll play and chase my little girl, and, like, it's just, yeah. Alright, let's do these tanks. We got the tops to attach. Let's see, where is this actually gonna need glue? Okay, on that flat panel. Looks like it'll be fine. Maybe do it on the sides. Okay. Nice. All right. First one. Done. Get the second one together. Oops. All right. The second one. Actually, remember to take the turret off this last one before we try to attach it. And let's get it glued down. Yeah, exactly. It's just really hard to, like, want to separate, you know? It's one of the reasons, like, I haven't gone to the LVO. It's one of the reasons I haven't gone to Adepticon. Like, if they were in, you know, in my area, which is never going to happen, because SF is way too expensive, even with the shitty state that it's in right now, it's just not going to happen. So, unfortunate, but travel will happen post, you know? You know what I mean. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Let's bask in the beauty that is these three chassis put together. Now we can stick that on there. Oh my god. Wait, I didn't give him the fucked up one. Yes, good, I did not. And bam! Woo! 3 little panthers. They're actually very nicely detailed. Like, look how much detail there is on the top of that. Turret will be able to turn, which will be good. I'm not going to glue that in place or anything. Okay. Now, there are a couple of accessories that I want to put on. So first things first, on the turrets itself, there are, I don't know what they are specifically. One of them is definitely tread. One of it is just definitely tread. But I can't tell what the other thing is. It looks maybe like a satellite dish or something. I'm not really sure. Let's see if we can find it on the sprues. And then maybe you guys can tell me what it is. Oh, it is definitely this thing. Okay, what is this little circular thing right here supposed to be on the tank? Because it's going on... Here, I'll clip it out and I'll show you exactly where it's going to go. We'll clip out all 3 of them because we're going to put it on each of them. And then there's a bit of tread, which I know is meant to just be extra armor in a way, as well as additional links for, you know, I guess if the tread gets fucked up, but I've been told it's actually used for armor a lot. You think Flames of War is perfect for contrast paint being smaller? I completely agree with you. I think it's gonna work great. In fact, the tanks and some of the characters that Chaos Cultist has painted, he did with some contrast paint. Although he has used also some opaques, which looked really nice. So it's gonna be a mix. I'm probably gonna do a little bit of both. It's a road wheel. Oh, right. It's one of these, of course. So if you were to remove the treads, would that mean that it could still drive on these? Is that why they're called road wheels? Michael, I disagree with you 100%. I painted an entire Lehman Russ and my Panzer T-38 using contrast paints, and it looks lovely. So, I don't know. I disagree. So no, it cannot drive without the treads? Okay, then why are they called road wheels? Just because they look like a traditional road wheel? Wait, Cinderblock, you're saying German tanks no, so are there some tanks that can drive without their treads? I see. So it just helps move the track around. Okay, that makes sense. But they do still have rubber on them. I wonder if they could, like, I wonder if I wonder if desperation was happening. Like, if it could go a short distance or something. If they're still rubbered. Or would it just, because it's so heavy, just make it not movable? Is that the problem? Is it just becomes so heavy without the motion of the treads that it just really could, like the wheels wouldn't spin? Is that why it wouldn't be able to? Have they tested it at those like tank, I mean, I'm sure they have. Don't actually answer this. I think it's a rhetorical question, but like, I was gonna be like, have they tested it? I want to see the data. Okay, so this, if I didn't cover my example, is gonna go here. Oh, Ivan, that sounds awesome. That's really cool. Are you gonna do, so what are you gonna do now that you've taken the Lego prison and some of your Lego classic pieces apart? Are you gonna build some other kind of mock with them? Also, have you seen the new Lego prison that the city line is coming out with? That looks super rad and I kind of want it. Oh, there's no power to the road wheels. Well, that definitely would prevent it from moving, wouldn't it? Okay, I see. So all the power is in the sprocketed wheels because that's what actually is moving the tread. I understand. Wonder if they, like... I guess it just probably wouldn't... It'd make it too extra heavy. I'm just curious, like... As an emergency feature, why wouldn't they make them powered? But I guess it just was like, it's a cost thing, right? It'd just be too expensive to add that much more electronics in to make those wheels, those other wheels move independently. Is it wanting... Okay. According to the instructions, it looks like it wants me to put the wheel here, the bogey wheel, against this back panel near this. Which, if I'm looking at this correctly, it means that it's indicating it wants it to kind of go into this little divot that we see. Ignore the seam line. You see that little divot right there? Like my nails right next to it. So it looks like it wants it to go in there, but there's nothing on the back of this that's gonna sit in there. So should I have it be on this little peg? Like, it's got a hole. So should I have it sit there? But then it'll run into things, right? Yeah, it would totally run into. So I need it to be above. So should it be? Would it just be like that, kind of near the top? Would it basically? It's lining up with the exit port. I don't know what the technical term is for it. I'm sorry. So does that look correct to you tank people who know tanks better than me? Before I glue this sucker on. The spare wheel, according to the instructions, it goes here. I can't, I don't know, I don't. It's too much choice. I can't have that much power. Just don't cover the hatches. Okay. Just glue it on any flat surface. Did they really just put it randomly on there? There wasn't like a, this is a military and therefore we've dictated it must go here? I guess probably not. They probably let you be a little innovative. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it, guys. Also, this mold line's bothering me. I have two really massive mold lines. It just looks so huge. I mean, I know it is huge. It just looked weird. Okay, I'll reattach it here in a second. All right. Well, let's also get the tread off because I want to see what that looks like before I fully attach it. I think that'll help me visualize. Okay, so it looks like it's this one. Oh, the BT series could be driven with its tracks removed. That's pretty cool. So were their wheels then, I guess, just powered, unlike the, say, so the German tanks or the American tanks or any of the other tanks? It's really funny. I was watching a video. This is slightly related to tank movement, but only tangentially. I was watching a video. I think it was on was that Australian museum, the tank and armor museum, armor and tank museum. I can't remember now what its full name is, but the Aussie like tank and armor museum. They had a video. I think it was one of theirs. They had a video and it was showing, I think, a Panzer or some other, I don't remember what tank it was now. Frack. It was whatever tank it was. It was going so fast. It was going faster than I've ever seen a tank move. And I didn't realize, like, certain tanks could actually get up to I mean, not, like, extreme speeds, don't get me wrong, but, like, I didn't know they could even get up to, like, 40 miles an hour. So I was just blown away. I just assume it's expensive, right? Got it. The Abrams can do 45 and so can the Leopard too. I don't remember what it was that they were showing. It may have been only going like 30. It just looked like it was going so fast because, again, it was just faster than I've ever seen. Like, in every depiction of tanks that I've seen and I've not watched a lot of movies that are based around tanks or like tank warfare. So my experience with this is relatively limited. But, like, even in cartoons and stuff, a lot of times tanks are always these very slow, more lumbering things, and I've never really seen them, like, zipping around. I don't imagine that's very common, like, unless you're just in a super hurry to get somewhere, but you're probably not wanting to, like, speed because you're going to be more visible there as a 3,000-pound tank or whatever. But it was just really, really funny to see because they were doing tests and they were just, like, I think showcasing the capabilities of the tank, and one of the things was the speed it could move, and it was just so much faster than I expected. They can skid around corners? No way. I want to see a tank skid around a corner. I'm gonna have to look that up later. That's just, that sounds unbelievable. Okay, please explain to me. What are these notches? Are these just, like, rivets or something? Or are they stepping? like little steps? Are they meant to have equipment like pinned to them? What are they meant to be? Do my other turrets do that? Not really. Huh. Oh, my light just died. There we go. All right. While I wait for you guys to tell me what those little rivets are, I'm gonna go grab a quick soda, so I'll be right back. Okay, I will show them to you again. These little studs on the side of the turret, what are they for? Okay, I can't read your name, I apologize, but you're saying it should represent the bolts that attach to the segments under the turret of the tank. Understood. But they're also apparently mounting brackets for various gear. Okay. So, like, should I put this where, like, so basically, like, should this stuff be sitting on it? Or should it be between it? It seems so chunky to put things on this. Like, would that... I'm gonna try not to bump it. Would that be appropriate? An appropriate place to stick this thing? I'm waiting for approval or not. No. Damn it. Well, then how that is... Then is it... Are they supposed to be on top of them? Because that doesn't really seem like it's gonna work. Because it's a flat piece. It's flat on the back. I'm gonna do it. So like that. No, I have not Googled pictures of a panther. That would be a responsible thing to do, Michael. Fine, I'll Google a picture of a panther. If you insist. Let's see. Panther. Tank. Late. Okay. So it fucking doesn't seem to matter. There's multiple orientations of them. God damn it. Okay, where's a real tank and not just like somebody's model of a tank? How dare all these people make these models and flood my real tanks. I want real images. You don't have shreds on the side. Okay, excellent. Okay, this is better. Holy shit. Okay, they do really put it on the... They do really put it there. Okay, well, fine. Fine, sir. Okay, I see a lot of them going this way. Oops, sorry. Off camera. Do you think it looks cooler? This is like a purely a coolness thing. Okay, a coolness factor only when you give this opinion. Do you think it looks cooler going vertically? Or horizontally? I know what my opinion is. But this isn't a modern tank, though. It's a World War II tank.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yes, no problem.
I apologize for making you wait so long. I know it's been a while since I showed you the Warlock.
Yes.
I thought I would show you...
Ooh.
Made you wait almost an hour.
You did make me wait almost an hour. How dare you? That looks so good. Can you tap on the screen to make it focus a little bit more? Thank you. Oh, that looks so good. Really, really love the pops of gold and what you did on the staff with the silver. The helmet looks great. The gem is looking great. Have you glazed it yet? No, I don't think you have.
No.
Are you going to you
Yeah, I'll glaze. Yeah, the gems are
nice.
glazed.
Oh, that looks so good. Okay, everybody seems to be saying horizontally. All right, I think also horizontally. So we'll do that. That looks really awesome, sweetie.
Thank you.
All right. This is not the one I want. Where's my one that I glued already? There we go. Okay, we're gonna put a little bit of glue there. All right, I'm doing it. I did it. I glued it on. It's there. Forever. You can't see it. It's not focusing. How dare. There we go. You can criticize my placement all that you want. Yes, an old school Eldar Warlock. He has an entire old school Eldar army that he's working on. So it's mostly metal. From what we have determined seems to be a mix of what we think is 2nd edition and 3rd edition Eldar sculpts, which is pretty cool. The instructions does say that. And the fact that they want me to have to go to their website bothers me. Yes, Bielton. Absolutely. He's a big Bielton fan. That's his OG army, what he started with. And he's been slowly, over the last 2 weeks, and it hasn't even been that slow. Actually, it's not even been 2 weeks. It's been a week. He's been working on the Eldar, and he's got at least 500 plus points already painted up. It's got, I think, 2 squads of Guardians, Dire Avengers.
Nope.
No, not Dire Avengers. Sorry. What?
The stuff
Reapers.
that's currently painted is 2 squads of Guardian Defenders, 1 squad of Dark Reapers, 1 5-man squad of Fire Dragons, 1 Fire Dragon Phoenix Lord, 5 woman squad of Banshees, a Warlock, an Autarch, a Farseer, and then the last 3 things I have left to paint are the 2 weapon platforms for the Guardian Defenders and a Falcon for transport and fire support, and that will be 1,000 points on the button with upgrades.
Nice! Which I am looking forward to seeing the completion of, because he's been just blasting through it. Caveman, I do not doubt that at all. I absolutely do not doubt that at all. Like, dude, some of those models have only recently actually gotten plastic upgrades. Like, and they still haven't even finished upgrading and changing them to be plastic for all of the aspect warriors. Which is just, frankly, mind-blowing. But, I will say, I am very excited to see the Kroot that we got at the LVO. Because I have always wanted Games Workshop to actually, like, embrace the way that the tower meant to be run, which always seemed to me, based off their lore, to have a bunch of different Xeno races all working together, performing their various roles for the greater good. And that never really happened. And now I just feel like, or when it did, they just stopped supporting it. And I do think, like, I would not be surprised if it coincided when the Kroot stopped being supported. Also was around the time where they had the warehouse issues, where they just were overstocked on, like, so much stuff. I would not be surprised if Kroot were sitting there on shelves for ages and ages and ages, and that just has, you know, prevented them from wanting to do anything with it. But it was such a shame to, like, see how long it's taken them to get... Oh, please stop dropping things, Angela. It's okay, this is actually a large piece and it fell into my chair. But yeah, it's been very, very cool to see him building that up. Alright, there we go. Spare wheel. Let's get the spare wheel on this one as well. There it is. Cool. Then let's cut out those other... Ow! Ow, fuck. I just went to go pop my knuckle and I definitely hyperextended it. I do remember the Vespid. Dude, that... I can imagine. I have the... So, do you remember several... Okay, it's been longer than several years now. I think it's been like 5 or 6 years at the moment. It may be older than that. Maybe it was in 2017, 2018. Okay, I don't remember the time period specifically, but in the late 20-teens, GW released a collector edition of an art book that was all of Jess Goodwin's, like, concept designs for the Eldar. It was in this, like, beautiful white fabric cover. Totally own that. It's like one of the few, like, limited edition things I've been able to get and try to really get from Games Workshop. And to be fair, it's, I think, a lot harder to get those things now just because of the scalpel problem. But yeah, this, I don't want to touch it right now. Well, I guess you're touching it with dirty hands, so yes. But this is the book. So yeah, we have this beautiful art book. It's a two book collection. Absolutely gorgeous artwork in it. All Jess Goodwin. So yeah, just fantastic.
My hands are fine.
There was a little bit of paint on it. I was worried. I don't touch that book very often because it's white. And I don't want to get fingerprints all over it. Because I know that I lotion my hands a lot because I have dry hands. And so I just don't want to get grease on everything.
Also, this woman doesn't read any books that I ever buy her, so...
I bought that for you!
True.
And that's an art book, and there's nothing to read in there.
There's stuff to read.
Okay, yeah, I know there is. There's, like, stuff about the concepts, but... It's only a small amount comparatively. But yeah, I also don't read a lot. I don't have time. And I really can't focus on, I have a really hard time. It's not that I can't. I have a very difficult time focusing on audiobooks. Although I did see a majestic flowchart earlier today of how to read the Horus Heresy novels. And it was beautiful. And a little much. But also glorious. I actually, so speaking of just really cool old Warhammer artwork, my one claim to fame in regards to seeing some like cool old artwork in its OG, like the artist physically touched this paper and put pencil and charcoal to these pages, pieces of art that I've seen was in France. There was a, hold on, let me just get that straight. Hold on. Please, please tread. Please, please function with me. Okay. Stay. Okay. So. Havman, you've asked who got into working with and painting figures first, me or the Chaos Cultist. Definitely, it would definitely be Chaos Cultist in regards to collecting and painting first because he was into the game before I was. I got into the game in college. He got into the game in high school or middle school. I can't remember now which. So he's definitely been doing it longer. I would say that in regards to like more modernly though, when we got more into painting, I would say it was me because I was looking for a creative outlet, but we both got pretty into it because one of the things that invigorated both of us to get back into painting because he had done some in college, or he had done some in high school, you know, with his first armies. We had both done some in college because that's when we were both like first playing together. And then we got back into it around when 8th edition was coming out or had just come out, I guess, and contrast paint was being announced. So I was optimistic about contrast paint because it reminded me of the way that inks move. And I was like, okay, well, if this works really well, then maybe it'll just be faster, because the problem for me, and I think for him as well, was the more traditional way of painting with like base coat, wash, and then highlighting the hell out of it. We both kind of found boring and tedious, especially on stuff like, or at least for me, Space Marines. And that's what I was running at the time. So I just really didn't enjoy painting them. Whereas when contrast paint came out, and then like we've got all these new beautiful sculpts, and the reason I went into Death Guard in the first place was because I was like, oh, these guys actually look really fun to paint. And if the contrast paints work as well as they say they're going to, then I feel like it eliminates one of my issues, which is figuring out where to even bother shading and highlighting sometimes. And contrast always gave me a guidance for that. So even if I decide I want to go the extra mile, go above and beyond the just getting it, you know, battle ready and throwing some contrast paint on there, maybe doing a grisaille to make those contrast paints stand out even more, but really just going the most like simplistic of ways to painting, it still got excellent results and it did what I wanted. And then if I did decide to go extra mile, it gave me guidance for where to make that extra time and energy spent really worth it. And that's why I like it so much. That's why I use it so regularly. Like, you will never not see me using it because it does help me visualize just what I want to do on the model better, because it gives me an idea of where I should put extra highlights, where those most raised edges are, without having to dry brush and make it like fuzzy potentially, or just like not necessarily, like if I want a wet blend, it makes it a little bit easier that way too. Nice, Ivan! I'm not surprised that the UCS Millennium Falcon has that many pieces. It is quite a large set. Like, super, super big. Which is one of the reasons I will probably never get that one. I've already glued the other tread on. I was like looking for the two that I needed to glue on, and I forgot that I'd already done it. Alright, got some glue. Stick it in place. Good. And then immediately slide it out of place. You know, that works too. All right. I just fudged it again. Stop it. There we go. Don't move. Okay, those are gluing. Let's work on some of these side, like the chassis accessories. So first, we can put these skirts on. Or sorry, these skirts on.
Man.
What?
Man.
What?
Not showing this. There.
What?
What is going on with the contents of this bag?
What do you mean what's going on with the contents of that bag?
Have you looked at what's in this bag?
There should be 3 cartridges?
But there's other things in this bag as well.
Oh, are there?
Yes.
What are there?
What is this bag of yours?
I don't.
Man.
Oh! Oh! I remember now. Okay, so...
Because I come in, I open this bag, folks, and inside of this bag is a knife.
Yep.
First off. So that's already, you gotta make go, well, why is she carrying a knife around? Well, folks, like, I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to show what's in here, but then there's controlled substances and weapons inside of this bag, and on top of that, I found this thing. Like, what is going on with this bag? I mean, you don't even want to see this final thing that's in here. Wait, it's this bag.
It's my bag of goodies.
This bag represents you.
It does. It does represent me. It represents me a lot. So, the knife, I can explain.
Why do you have my knife?
I found it in the glove department. Because I think we were at a show or something, and you probably took it out of your pocket, put it in there because you didn't want to go through, like, security with it.
That was like the Ren Fair, wasn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
No, not the Ren Fair. It would have been a wrestling show. Why would the Ren Fair give a fuck if you had a knife?
Good point. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a wrestling show. The New Japan show. I think it's been in there since the New Japan show.
Not the most recent one, though.
No, not the most recent one. I am actually very sad that we didn't go to that. We found out it was in the area, like, the day or two before it was happening. And
I was reminded of it the day of. Like,
yeah,
I heard about it once, like, 3 months beforehand, and then I heard about it the morning before.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't advertise it well, and to be fair, there wasn't, like, a huge...
Well, it might have been Okada's final...
That's the main thing.
...televised match with New Japan.
Yeah, that's the main thing that I was like, and then we learned that it might be that.
And the return of Jack Perry.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Jack Perry arrived in... Because then who did he go after? I don't remember.
I almost want to say Naito, but that may not be right.
Okay, that's fair. I don't remember specifically. It's fine.
But yeah, so...
But yeah, that's why the knife's in there. It is my fun bag. It's my extremely fun bag. It's definitely not ticking or buzzing, thankfully. There was not an explosive in there. Okay, how does this actually attach? Is it... I see. Got it. I'm going to assume it needs to be flush back there. Okay, another question for you in regards to this build. And yes, I could look at my pictures, but I like the visual aid of being able to show you what I'm asking. So, with this little guard here, I assume it should be flush. The end of it should not extend past, like, this little ledge. Like this little edge here, since that seems what it's sitting into. Oh my god. I literally had you in there just like a second ago. What the fuck is happening? Okay, there we go. Christ. Alright. So I assume it should be like that, right? And not back further. Like, it shouldn't go past, it should line up with that little edge. I have seen the new 40k mandrakes that are coming with the absolutely glorious, and I completely forgot that I had seen them already, so I freaked out a second time in my LVO watch-along party of the Night Lords. I'm gonna get that set probably. Because there are no people in my area that play bolt action. Everybody asks me this, and I will happily keep answering it. But no, the main reason that I don't play bolt action is because no one in my area that I know of, like locally, supports it. My local game castle does not have a selection of bolt action, but they do have Flames of War. They have a variety of other things too, but not bolt action. So the main reason I haven't done bolt action is just because no one, like, there's not a scene in my area. That looks good. Looks good. Like, I know it's still played. I'm not saying that it's an unsupported system. Just in my area, no one plays it. Perfect. I'm glad I had those correct. Alright. Look at it. It's really coming together. Alright, now that we have our test fit done, we'll just clip out the other two real fast, or the other four, I guess, and get them attached. How often did they lose these, little shields to their treads? Or were they pretty commonly kept in place? I'm so glad you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you for the donation, Havman. Appreciate you. Frequently, they were torn off a lot. Okay, that makes sense to me. But I figured I'd ask, because I figured you guys would know. Since they look like they're paneled, would it also be... and this is more of a question for, like, in the future when I am building, if I want to do, like, a really battle damage tank. Would it also be... Because I think it would be kind of neat since... Okay, it's paneled, right? It's got these little seam lines. Whoop, let's focus on it, please. Camera, please. Okay, so you see the little seam lines? Would it also be common to see, like, maybe one section was still, these two were taken out, and then you still have these three? Or would the whole thing just be, like, it'd either be there or not be there? Okay, so you could leave them in sections. Cool, good to know. Because I like the idea of that for, like a scale model build. If I was doing something where it was trying to be a battle, like a really battle damage tank. That's cool. Good to know. Yes, there is a tiger in this set. That's actually probably what I'm going to build next, because there's only one of them. Although, we have been going for about 2 hours, so I don't know. I may end the stream after I get these details on the panthers done. All right. That looks great. Number 3. Do you mean hanging, or what do you mean howing? Tracks howing? I'm assuming that must be a typo of some kind. And if not, please explain. There we go. Okay. How are our panels? Oh my god, you did not stick at all, you little piece of shit. Fine, let me get some grip. Okay, let's try that again. Let's check the other ones and see if they stuck. Okay, that one seems fine. Why is there always one? Why is there always one? Okay, there is one. Okay, so there's 6 more treads on each one of these. Good lord. Well, let's get to clipping. One set. Let's get the next set. Okay. And finally, number 3. And then we'll glue on 18 tiny little treads. Okay, but that will mean my panther will be complete. My panthers will be complete. And we're also going to see if I glue this in a poor position. 1, 2, 3. Is it okay if it hangs off the edge a little bit, you think? You see how it's going slightly off the back? Because otherwise I need to pop this thing off, which I think... Oh, fuck it, let's just try. Oh yeah, it came off fine. Okay, let's just move this. Do a little bit of cleanup. Give ourselves a little bit of grip. Reapply some glue. Okay, there we go. And now just put some glue along that. And then we're going to holy shit, they actually designed, oh my god. So there's a tiny little lip. For fuck's sake, camera. Okay, you see that little edge? The little ridge right here? Whoop, I'm off screen, hold on. Hold on, oh my god. Please, I'm trying to do a demo. Camera, okay. See that little line? Right there with those little, like there's 4 little nubby things. Let me see. There we go, it's a little more focused now. So there. On the backs of these, focus on my finger. Okay, okay, perfect. So on the top here, you see how it's recessed, the little like sprockets of the treads where they would connect to each other, and it's then it goes, there's like a little mound raise up, and then it's flat, and it's just like flush, right? That actually allows that to be, like there's a bottom and top to this, and I'm kind of blown away. Blue Streak Customs, well, welcome to the stream. Hope your editing is going well, and thank you for stopping by on your break. What are you editing right now, if you don't mind me asking? All right. Let's put some on the other side, shall we? It was threw it onto the floor. There we go. That looks good. This is my fucked up one, so. Ta-da! I like it. It looks great. Except for that fuck before I clipped it. And I also threw the turret. But no, other than that, it's looking great. I'm super pleased. So we have... Aaron, I'm doing alright. It's been a little bit of a weird, awkward day, I will admit. But I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I've had to do a little bit of fussing around on this tank build that I've been doing for Flames of War because of my own folly and not knowing how tanks are positioned. But you know what? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. How are you doing today, sir? Hopefully well. Oops. Okay, there we go. Hello, Sean. Welcome. How are you doing today, sir? How's Remy doing? Yeah, there's a gap. How did my, what? How, no. What the hell? How did you gap? Get in there. The other ones did that. Why is there always one? What is happening? I refuse to... Oh, I had you two shoved in. I see. Okay, that was my bad. User error. Okay, fixed it. Everything's fine. Ooh, cold indeed. Jeez, I'm so sorry. Hope you stay warm. I'm doing alright. It's been a little bit of a rough day, I admit, but not too bad. Just a bunch of like small annoyances sort of piling up on each other, you know. But otherwise, doing pretty well. And our Panthers are almost complete. Hey, it's very funny. Do you mean MB as a mobile game, like, or what is vintage MB game? Is that mobile? Because it's really funny to say like vintage mobile game. That just feels it just feels odd because they're so modern. I mean, I get it. There's been so many that there's absolutely like old ones at this point. It's just so funny. Why did that shift? There we go. Let's try that again. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind because I'm it's late. It's not actually late, but like I feel like I've been up forever. No, no, no. Spin, you bastard. No. I swear I will fight you. And I will win because I actually have thumbs. And you're a piece of plastic. Oh my god. Stay in place, you little piece of annoyance. Spin in there. And on this day, Angela decided to destroy all panthers. Why are you wiggling? Why are you not sealed? What is happening? How did you not what? I don't know what's going on, everybody, but like none of my glue seems to be sticking. What is going on? Please stay sealed. Please don't separate. Please don't fuck up the front. Fight the commie plastics, yes. There we go. Okay, I think that's actually on now. Let's finish this stupid thing up. It's actually beautiful and I'm very happy with it. I'm just being silly. I'm being silly. Drop things. It's gonna drop all the things. That side's on. I feel like we're more secure this time around. Alright. Yay! There we go. We got that first one on. We got it in a good position, and then we can just slide if we don't throw the pieces everywhere. Again, please don't throw the pieces everywhere. We would like to hold them. They're small and they're fiddly. It's almost like this is a 15mm game. And it's finicky. Okay, and now with this final turret placement, these panthers will be assembled. Done! Success! We did it. I'm actually pretty happy with them. I'm not gonna lie, I may, because I didn't realize that one of these was meant to be the leader. Chaos Cultist did tell me that one of the tanks was the leader, but I didn't know it was one of my panthers that was the leader. I actually thought it was gonna end up being the tiger for some reason. I don't know why, I just thought that would end up being the leader. So I may pop, you know what, I'm just gonna do it right now. I'm gonna take this guy off, because we're gonna put the guy who's hailing, you know, he's saluting, because I feel like he should be the commander. And we're gonna just swap it to mark him as the commander. Alright, we will need to get this little bit of plastic out, which I spent so much time getting in there, so it's a little bit of a shame. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just crying eternally. Okay, it actually works because it makes him a little taller. So I'm gonna see if I can scrape it down a smidge more. Without damaging the tank itself. Okay, I think that will be a bit better. Do I have... No, I really don't. Okay. How can I do this? Oh, this does fit. Okay, good. I'm just trying to flatten what I've clipped to make it so that I can actually get him on there securely. Oh yeah, he's gonna fit in there perfectly now. Okay, so let's just, we're gonna sand his bottom. Okay. Get a little bit of glue on him. Get a little bit of glue in here. Oh, he just immediately fell over. Okay, yeah, that actually worked really well. So I've swapped him now. We have our, that is camera. I said to focus on the turret. So now we have our guy who is saluting as our leader. I wanted to do that because I figured that would just help me identify, even if I put other dudes in the tops of some of the other tanks, it will help me identify this as specifically the one that is supposed to be the leader guy. I mean, I know he should be smoking. I know, Sean. I know he should be smoking, but unfortunately, they were like, we're going to have him saluting, but we're not going to have him, you know, showcasing cigarettes. We don't want to encourage children to have bad habits. Oh, Blue Streaks Custom. That sounds awesome. I will have to check that out. I've been watching a variety of different people who have been building like cars and trucks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm always looking for new people to check out. So I'll definitely have to take a look at your channel. Yeah, it's just gonna help him stand out a lot. You wouldn't smoke on a panther? Would it like light on fire? You know, that's actually a good point. Do they limit like if you're a tanker, are you even allowed to have cigarettes in there? I mean, not to say that like in wartime, I know that they did, like, I know soldiers like had a whole economy for like trading them in the same way that like honestly prisoners do sometimes. But like yeah, I don't imagine you'd want smokers as tankers because they would possibly explode themselves in some way or light themselves on fire at minimum. And I can't imagine having an internal fire in the like cockpit of your tank is a good idea. Especially considering it's an enclosed armored vehicle. And that just seems terrible. Oh, it had a petrol engine too? Yeah, that sounds even worse. Even worse. Well, thank you, Sean. I appreciate the $5 donation. I understand completely that you're teasing. Not so bad on diesel powered. Okay, I guess that does make a certain amount of sense, but still, it does seem like a hazard. It does seem like a hazard that you'd want to maybe prevent. But I'm happy. I actually am very pleased with how these guys came out. I like that we added on some of those extra accessories. Having those extra treads there really does add just a bit more oomph to the design, which I think is pretty awesome. Oh, nice. You do custom builds. I love watching custom builds or stock builds. It really doesn't matter which. I've just been slowly getting into dioramas and doing like all sorts of builds. So I really like, I'm definitely going to come and check it out. World War II tanks had petrol engines. Got it. That makes sense because they hadn't really Was Diesel not a thing yet? I know it like got developed later. So I'm not actually sure. Anyways, I do think I'm going to go ahead and call it. We've been going for about 2.5 hours or so. And we actually finished some tanks. I have 3 more to build. 3 more to build. So either in one more stream or just off camera, I'll finish up the rest of them. And then I can actually start painting these little guys. I do hope that if you have not already, and you want to see me build a really cool, with ranks and roles, clone army, please go check out today's newest video if you have not already. I know some of you probably have, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. But yeah, if you want to see me build the 332nd Clone Division, or the 332nd Company, so Ahsoka's Clone Troopers, and actually give them a little bit of personality, give their group a little bit of rank and role in the same way that the military should have, please go check that video out. We spent a lot of time on it. I was really proud of how we put it together, but unfortunately it's not doing super well. So if you have not already, please go give it a watch. Give it a watch, give it a like, maybe comment on it, share it with your friends and family. Maybe somebody who enjoys Star Wars or enjoys Lego army building, or just army building in general, because I think it's a kind of a fun concept and I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with that. I will see you all on Tuesday. That'll be the next stream. Yeah, see you guys later. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend, that you get some hobbying in and some relaxation in. That's always very important. Thank you for keeping me company. Sorry, it was a little bit of a saltier stream. It was that kind of day. It was a little bit of a salty day, but I do really enjoy hanging out with you guys and appreciate getting time to do these builds and paint things up and all that. So thank you so much. Anyways, thank you all. Thank you, Simon, for saying that the clone army looks great. I really appreciate that. I really do. Like I said, we worked really hard on that video. Anyways, later, guys. See you next time.